Hello, hello, green skins, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm a lot more energetic today because I don't feel like I'm gonna die, and only half my nose is plugged today. Although I do feel like my nose is about to fall off. Probably not as bad as that guy when I actually bit his nose off that one time in a fight, but we get there. Um, Welcome to Orc War Chief Reviews, and welcome to Throwback Thursday. And tonight we're gonna look at Archie comics tonight. So it's gonna be Archie meets the Punisher. That's gonna be a big one tonight. Also, another fun one we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna have fun with the amusingness that is. Once I get it. Unfortunately, my reason for watching a body cam footage, we're going to prove how bad body cam footage is for everybody, and that we really should have more of it. And this should have been done a lot sooner. I'm almost at a point where I think teachers should have body cam footage. We'd prove so much problems. We'd fix so much problems in our life if we did. And tonight, we only have Bob the Marauder. Tonight, hello. So we'll be watching some body cam footage. We'll be enjoying our fun with Archie comics. And then we're going to play, instead of Chronos Trigger tonight, although I do want to play Chronos Trigger tonight, we might do Grow Lancer. I'm going to leave that up to chat. Chat, do you want to watch us play Grow Lancer, or do you want to watch us continue with Chronos Trigger? And I gotta go sparingly on these halls. The only thing keeping my nose clean is the halls. So how's Bob today?
Honestly, kind of neutral. Can't think of like happy, sad, angry. No, just here, chilling.
Just here chilling. I get that 100%. So let's get to the fun tonight. We're going to start off with someone being really stupid. I'm going to turn off the music for this.
Someone being really stupid. Enjoy. There's no shortage of those in the world.
Don't worry, Bob. I got the video should be in chat so you can look at it. Yeah, grab the video, pull it up, and
it has been yoinked.
Meow 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 meow. Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
This frame.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The theory is true.
this person, just looking at that face, look like this is a really, 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 really dumb person. Right here, this is what we like to call stupid. Look at the piercings. Look at the piercings. Like, what are you doing with your life? Like, how do you
snake bites?
That? Yeah. Why the fangs?
I remember this one chick thought like goth guys with snake bites were really hot back in my high school days. I just looked at her like, okay, yeah. Why are you telling me this?
So this is police.
Why are you telling me this?
So if you want to watch the video, this is Police Bites. We make it a point that if you're going to do this,
please watch.
We'll watch their channel. They do censor stuff, including the screaming and other stuff. So we don't get so much problems. And they do censor this stupid girl. High school student, 17 years old. And
you know the bad part is?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's on a certain diet or whatnot, but looking at like the neck and the face, I honestly thought it was an older woman. I did not think that this was a high school student.
That's a 17-year-old girl. Okay, let's click on it.
Why does she look so old? She looks like a grandma who's gone through a midlife crisis.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta fix something here. Gotta fix something. Connect.
Granted, the first frame I have is her, I don't know, like puckering her lips or something. I think she's about to say something.
Yeah. Yeah, just hold on. I'm just letting something connect. Come on, connect, you prick.
And remember, I don't make fun of people's bodily appearances unless they're stupid and do bad things. Right? Don't do bad things. You don't get made fun of. Like the chief. Chief is stinky.
Yep.
Or a meanie, though.
Okay. All right.
You're gonna have OSHA knocking on your door. Are you mistreating your employees?
No, not really.
No, he's not.
Okay,
That's a funny thought.
Let's hit that play, boys.
Hitting play.
You want to go in handcuffs and go to jail? Quit giving me your lip. You got any other stuff in your bra or anything?
August 30th, 2024. Deputies are called to high school, where a 17-year-old student is caught with THC. What begins as a school search quickly spirals into a violent confrontation, all captured on camera.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
It smells like freaking weed in here. We got smart mouth.
Hold on, I gotta fix this. It's being stupid again. This keeps disconnecting. Hold on. Pause, Bob.
Buzzing.
I had to disconnect because something was not connecting properly.
Okay. Now I understand my high school days, and I understand you're a shithead because the hormones and all that stuff. I mean, every teenager's a shithead because of that shit.
Okay.
But are you willing to bet that she has partaken in said product to a certain extent or another product?
Guaranteed.
Okay.
Watch. She is stoned out of her mind when we watch this.
Okay, because that was my immediate thought. It was like,
What's your name?
Yeah.
if she has this, and that's some hardcore stuff, what else does she have?
Yep.
And who's supplying it?
Quit giving me your lip.
Yeah.
I'm not a staff. I'm not a teacher here. You're messing with a violation of the law. So you be respectful.
Yeah.
You got it? You're not being respectful.
Look at those eyes.
Let's tone it down. No. Knock it down a little bit. I'm asking. Okay, well, this is what we're going to do then. Since we're going to be this way.
See, if you look at her eyes, there's this moment where she closes her eyes and then she blinks. Yeah.
What was her blink staggered? I thought I saw a stagger, like one eye closed before the other.
Yeah. Yeah. She's not talking. She just blinks. See, that is what I like to call when someone's high, they'll close their eyes to, like, maybe if I close my eyes, this person will disappear. There's a moment here. I remember watching this recently. I was like, why are you doing that?
I used to do something similar, though granted, I've never partaken in anything like this. It was, I closed my eyes to try and cut them out for a second and just listen to their voice. Just to try and get a focus on the situation that I'm currently in. I've never been in a position like this. Don't get me wrong. But I also don't do something stupid like this.
You're just screaming at him. She's accused of the wrongdoing, and now she's standing up and shouting at him. Like, you don't do that.
I say, Chief, real quick.
Yo, pause it.
Yeah. Pause it for a second.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Can we work something into, like, the lexicon of people where accusation does not mean you are guilty on the spot? Can we just understand that, please? You were accused of something, but if you work with them, they'll figure out, oh, okay, you didn't do it. Gotcha.
No. You know what? Even when you do it, I'm going to tell a story about alcohol I did years ago.
You went on a bender?
No, I'll talk about that story when I was a teenager. But I paused it, so she's just crying now. I like to refer to this person as what we know as a child of ball. That's what she is. I'm going biblical with my insults at this point.
Hey, man, you have to. I respect
Child of ball right here. This is someone who, like, in her brain, she thinks she's tough enough or strong enough or determined enough to stand up in front of a cop, confront them, and ball their hands like they're angry, like they're going to take a swing. You do not do this. She's crying while she's doing it. Yeah, that's why she gets thrown to the ground.
You know, I like that double entendre because, you know, B-A-A-L.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's B-A-W-L, child of ball. Oh, you're balling. Aw.
No, like, dude, you don't do this. Like, dude, I've never... Okay, I've been confronted... I've only been once really hardcore arrested by cops and ended up in the drunk tank. And that's a conversation I can't talk about. That happened like a long time ago, but I'll still never talk about it. Like she's crying now. Like, she's just lost her mind, and there's no reason for this aggression. She's got caught, and now it's like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? No. It's like, buddy, that's a third-degree crime, and now you've assaulted a police officer. That's an added crime. See, here's the thing. My big problem with this is I guarantee you she got out real quick, and now she's waiting for court date. You know what? I'd keep her in jail for a couple weeks. Let's see how quick these people come back to that when you don't know if you're getting out of jail.
She keeps saying, oh, no. Mm-hmm. As if that's going to stop him from, it's like, doing his job.
Yeah.
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why those games where you talk somebody down doesn't always work. I know it's great, where you can do everything for peace and love, but you mess up to this extent, you're not talking out of this situation.
And then she starts crying.
This ain't Undertale.
After a while. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, this ain't Undertale. This ain't Deltarune. You ain't making peace here. You accept it, and you move on.
Now she's fighting. Now she's kicking him. So now she's on the ground, and now she starts crying. Mom,
I told you to stop.
Mom doesn't help you.
No. Let Miss Winfield.
Like, you don't do this.
I'm happy they're censoring the screams because I need my ears to work tonight.
Oh yeah, she goes ballistic.
We got a guy named Banshee.
Yeah. No, here's the great thing about this. You gotta understand, she's a high school student. I guarantee you, those screams were heard in class.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone in school probably knows something's happening. Now they're looking outside. There's a cop in this. There's this. Oh, there's all these police officers.
Yeah. And then we got the crying and then the screaming.
Yeah.
I knew a few girls in high school like this.
Yeah. And now they're so tired of her bullshit, they're gonna fucking hog tie her. Imagine being dragged out of school, being hog tied like a hog.
You just had to work with them and admit what you did.
Yep.
That's all you had to do.
And now she just keeps fighting them. So, like, you're not going to win. There's, like, 100 to 200 pound men all over you. You're done. And now she's crying for mom.
Notice she's not crying for her father. Huh.
Well, because, you know.
I mean, you know, I got to point that out.
Shut up. Yeah. No. We're having fun with the cop thing because that's part of the I'm making.
I enjoy these videos, man. I'll be real. I like these.
No, I'm making it a point now. I'm making it a point to put these out because the idea of, okay, I'm going to pause for a second, Bob. Okay, here's my
Okay.
problem with this.
Pausing.
Okay. My problem with this stuff is now they want to get rid of body cam footage. I do not want them to get rid of body cam footage in any way, shape, or form. I'm an avid supporter of everyone. We should have body I'm at a point now where there should be fucking body cam footage for fucking teachers.
Yeah, man.
Because
I mean, hell, they put cameras in schools. I remember that, where they
Yeah.
installed cameras into both my middle school, high school, and elementary school.
yeah, because I'm sick of this bullshit of no body cam footage. Like to me, like I said, I know people out there like we were talking about that last night. All it would have took was one Ring camera, and there's a guy not spending a year in jail.
Yeah. And Chief, at the bottom line of this, okay, so why did they propose to give body cams? Oh, they wanted to witness if there was any corruption and to stop said corruption if there was any. What did they find? They found out that they've pitched everyone falsehoods.
Yeah, my only problem is that the conviction rate, even though it's still proved the conviction rate, I still think the sentencing should be bad. Like the sentencing is still kind of stupid on this point. So I'm not a fan.
Like that one kid who almost served it came up to 120 years and he's like in his 20s for an accident? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh, my favorite is this person assaulted
and
a police officer.
While he's in, he will still have to work towards getting that number down by usually talking to other lawyers and having to jump through a bunch of hoops.
Yep.
But go ahead.
No, like good example is woman assaults a police officer. Most recent one, she got 4 years. No, 15 minimum. Okay, because that woman endangered everybody, was driving her car, damn near almost ran over a police officer, and her thing for her little arrest was 4 years endangerment. She could have killed the officer. She could have killed someone else on the road. Fuck that. Give her 15. The fact that she got 4 years pisses me off. So no, from now on, whenever I see a good body cam footage to the video, it's going up. Every week, if it's going up on Monday Madness, and this was great. This was amazing. When I saw this, I was just like, okay, wow.
I know there's a nickname for the fat chicks that scream. They call them squealers. But in this case, I've never actually seen the hog tie. I was like, oh shit. Oh, that's real? Yeah. I mean, I know about the bite mask. I know about the muzzle, but that's your, oh shit.
Your mom's going to kill. Yeah, like she's crying for mom now. It's like fucking, no one's coming to help you. You fucked yourself up here. This is all your fault. Look, I look at it like
legit,
this.
Ask yourself this: what would mom do?
Yeah, pay for bail. That's about it. Look,
or complain to the media.
Yeah, here's my thing about this. If you allow your 17-year-old daughter to pierce herself up to look like a stupid vampire, a Count Chocula motherfucker, problems are going to happen.
I remember those cereal boxes, Count Chocula.
Dude, those piercings gotta suck, man, because now she's eating carpet. Literally. So battery.
I was like, you could have walked out, but now you gotta be carried out like a goddamn luggage.
Yeah, I think they should do this. I think they should do this to people more often. They are carrying her ass out. Imagine that. Kids are seeing this, by the way.
Oh, and teachers.
Yeah.
At least they're close to the door, so they didn't have to witness too much because the office is right there.
I guarantee you someone filmed this.
Somebody just for support underneath.
Wee.
I've seen this. Okay, I've seen this happen to a midget once.
No shot.
No, seriously, they hung by the
God.
midget.
Hey, hog tied a midget! The man. What? Did only one cop have to carry him?
He was a gay midget. Okay, I don't know how much of the story I can tell, but I was helping a friend of mine set up a special night for some girls.
Yeah, a wheelchair or a bed or something.
Okay,
And-
like ladies' night kind of ordeal.
Yeah. Okay, 1 second. Double wheels.
She's been a little less than cooperative. I think she'll simmer down now. Okay, fellas, you're at the
Now, I have a friend of mine who's a DJ, and they were setting up a little shag disco party at this girl's house.
on your own. You able to do that? You gonna be cool with us? I'm gonna take it off her feet so she can swing around.
So I'm gonna let this finish off, and then we'll do this. I'll tell these two stories.
This out from under here, thank you. Alright, just give your feet a second, let them stretch. I know they're probably asleep or something. Alright, set them right there. When you're ready to sit up, let us know and he's gonna help you sit up, okay? Wheelchair right here for you, okay? You're just gonna sit down in this wheelchair whenever you're ready. Alright, so what I'm gonna
Yeah,
do is
she's
swing
done.
your legs around and I'm gonna put them kind of in the front of you, okay? He's gonna help you sit up at the same time, alright? There you go.
Yeah, she's done resisting.
There you go.
Hopefully.
Let's scoot that side.
Oh, she's really compliant now.
Especially after, like, what? She not only was dragged past all the other staff, but also 3 of her peers.
Yep.
Though she later cooperated at the hospital. Don't miss more stories like this. Make sure
Okay. So, all right, gotta talk about the midget moment. All right, this is one hell of a story. So, take it. If you believe me. If you don't, I don't care. This is a story that I'm going to bring up because it's a fascinating, crazy story. And, yeah, this is some wild shit you're about to hear. I got to put up kitty cat. Meow. There's kitty cat. There you go. So, this story happened to a friend of mine. We were setting up a DJ stuff for a DJ. And so we were doing a shag. Now, the girl got, at the time, they got a couple strippers. They got 2 of them. They got a muscle man and they got a smaller guy. This smaller midget. I'm not going to say names, not going to give anything. He deserves every right.
Yeah, mega midget.
Yeah, he was a muscle. This actually fucking guy was built for how short he was.
Yeah.
Like, guy was a muscle. Guy had muscle. He looked like something you'd actually. So she's like, "Oh, we got you a stripper," and he comes in, and they're all having a good time, and you know we're sticking around for the DJ stuff. I don't know what happened or why it happened, but all of a sudden a boyfriend shows up, not the fiance, a boyfriend of one of the girls shows up. And he gets super duper fucking jealous. He starts shouting. He's shouting at because there's 2 strippers. Like she got the guy, and then the other guy came in, and so they're just shouting at him, and he's like, "Buddy, fuck off, dude. Nothing happened. Calm down." And he starts freaking out, and the guy had a tire iron in his hand. He started bashing on the stripper's car. And so both these strippers started kicking the crap. So a midget was punching a guy in the walls, and the other guy was laying into him. We had 2 men wearing goddamn thongs, beating the crap out of a guy who just fucking smashed the guy, the stripper's car. I am like, what the fuck? So, of course, we all call 911.
Bro, this sounds like fucking Saints Row.
They went ballistic.
I would go ballistic too, man. Hey, that's my car.
So the cops show up, and the cops are like, one of the cops gets really rude to this midget. So the midget punches him in the balls. And I'm like, wait, did a midget just punch a police officer right square in the gonads? This happened like over 20 years ago, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. I'm not going to exactly gauge my age to this situation.
It happened a while ago.
Yeah, like over 2 decades, so I think I'm fine. So this midget climbs up onto the guy the boyfriend who just assaulted a stripper, and kicked his fucking windshield in. The cops tackled the midget and hog-tied his ass and dragged him into the squad car to kind of calm everybody down.
Did they carry him like a suitcase?
Yes, it was one of the most insane.
Bro, this is a cutscene from fucking Saints Row. Change my mind.
Yeah, this was by far the most insane thing I have ever seen in a fight like this. Again, and it all started because a boyfriend got jealous and came after a fucking stripper.
Dude, the only thing that comes close to this insanity in video games is like this is an event in Yakuza.
Like this guy was pissed. Well, he was pissed off because like it was a joke, he shows up and he jumps on the girl. He was he was a nice guy. Actually, I hung out with the guy. We played Magic the Gathering a couple years after the fact. He was wasn't a mainstream Magic player, but I got him into Magic. I don't know if he still plays. I know he moved to London later. And I mean London as in the country. I don't know if he's still there. The guy had like 2 different bachelor degrees. Like, he was not a unintelligent man, but he got pissed. And so, yes, I saw a midget get hogtied. Hello, DJ. Welcome to Throwback Thursday. That's slowly turning into Monday Madness.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man. I feel like hearing you right now. That's rad. Just that whole story, everything going down. That sounds rad.
Yeah. So now let's talk about how I got past the police officers when I was younger. Now, when you're a kid, DJ can attest to this. Although I don't know how old he is. I don't know if statute of limitation can get him in trouble. I know I'm well clear to statute of limitation. This is like maybe even 3, maybe even 4 decades away.
I'm about to say, we know, Chief. You're like 100-something years old. You're good.
Yeah. So, okay, so I went to get booze because, I wanted to be the party hero. I wanted to get the girls. I wanted to be the guy who got the lucky strokes. Oh, we lost DJ. Is he still here?
He popped out. I think it may be Discord issues. You know how it be. Yeah, that or he's working on his mic.
Okay. Anybody knows that day when you're a teenager? You probably did it too, Bob. We all kind of did it back in the day.
Did what?
Hold on. You there with us, DJ? Can you hear us?
Testing.
Oh, no. Oh, we'll give him another second.
But what did I do as a teenager?
Well, you didn't buy booze or get boo or drink booze when you were a kid. Never did the beer thing.
Oh.
We all did it.
No, we didn't. That's the sad part.
Oh, okay. Well, some people did, some people didn't.
That's the sad part is my neighborhood was different.
Okay.
I was a shut-in, effectively, because there's no point in hanging out with half of these clowns. I already have to spend half my time with them at school. So why would I spend more time with them?
Oh, okay. No, I had a thiefdom back in the day.
Yeah,
So,
I'm about to say you're pretty much like the prince of your square. I get it, but eventually
no,
got to the point where either there's one or two things in my neighborhood. Either the kids are too young or they already have a mortgage.
yeah. My situation was more along the lines of, oh no, let's not even go there. I was more the court jester at best. The prince was the rich kids, and they were the princes, man. They were like, a good example of this is I knew one of those guys. They were friends because I knew everybody. I tried to be friends with everybody. It's kind of my trick.
Yeah, I get what
And
you're saying.
I knew one of the okay. This is a sad story, but when I was a kid, I really liked this girl. She was super hot, gorgeous girl. Well, I knew a couple girls I wanted to be with. They were super hot. Like I was firing my shot above my pay grade. So she said, "Hey, can I get your number?" Like she approached me, and I went, "Oh, okay." And she actually she got my number, and I was like so excited. I was like, oh man, this girl, this super hot girl. And so she you know what she did? To be a complete bitch, because she knew I had the hots for her. I thought she was kind of cute. And she knew it. She put my number, my name, looking for a good time, call such and such, here's the number. On her binder. So, yeah, kind of horrible to do that. So she does this, walks around for binder. I said, so I get these weird phone calls one night, people prank calling me, and I'm like, okay, well, that's just kind of horrible. I get to school, I see this, I see it on her binder. I walk up, go, well, 1 second, teacher, grab the binder. I rip the fucking thing off the binder and throw it out the window. I get detention. I said, okay, sure, whatever. I left. And the teacher's like, well, why'd you do that? That was my name and number on there. Why do you think I did it? So later in life, later in that thing, I was friends with the guy, and he's like, oh yeah, that girl you liked, yeah, I fucked her like 3 times. We passed her around the hockey team, and I'm like, whoa, okay.
Jesus Christ. What, is this guy trying to be like an NTR villain or some shit?
No, they did. This happened all the time. Like they would hook up with one guy, then they'd move to the next guy, then they'd move to the next. This happened all the time.
That sounds about right. Once again, why do you think I think romance is so fucking hollow as a concept?
Yeah.
That was my life growing up. Is like, what's the fucking point?
Yep. Like, not trying to be mean, not trying to be awful.
You gotta be honest, because if you start lying to yourself, that's gonna lead you nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why romance is so hollow. Why I never really bothered hanging out with anybody. Now that I look back on the few experiences I had, I was just like, yeah, it was kind of shit. Now I look back on it, there ain't nothing going on.
Yeah.
So I decided to do my own stuff.
Okay, so back to this. Like I said, so no, they would tell me stories and like I said, I hung out with the kids that were powerful. I had to have the kids with stuff. And like I said, she would hook up. She'd literally just go to another guy, and then they just like go to another guy, go to another. Like this happened all the time. Like it made me, because like this is why a lot of these guys I know who became because a couple of them became hockey players. A couple of them actually might have went somewhere. I'm not going to name names, but I will tell you this right now. A lot of these guys that did that stuff, they didn't hook up until like after university. Like some of these guys didn't hook up until their 30s when they actually finally got a relationship. And it's just how it went. Like my one friend who has his kid there, I still talk to the guy, but he's, wife, kid, whole 9 yards. Life's different. This guy legit, the stories he tells me about, we used to do so much crazy stuff during hockey time. And we're waiting for DJ here. I don't know what's going on with DJ. Oh well, I guess we'll keep talking, and I guess we'll move to Plan B.
Option
So
Bravo.
Yeah, that's okay. It happens. Like, cause he was gonna bring some stuff tonight. Okay, so here's what's going on with the situation with the police. So when I was a kid, I went to the local homeless person, paid them money to get the booze. But what I would do is I put it in a white bag, and I would put I put bottles of empties above the actual alcohol. So I have
empties.
Yeah, empties. You heard me. Empties. Empty bottles. Empty bottles. Empties.
Oh, empty bottles. Okay, I was like, is that a brand or?
No, empty bottles.
Okay. Water bottles, so you look like you're recycling or some shit.
So I'm carrying that, and of course the cops, someone spotted us, and the cops called. And I'm riding my bikes. I'm like, yes, officer, can I help you? He's like, yeah, there's some kids there. We want to open up the bag and see what you have in there. Oh, okay, well, all I have is these empties. So I pull out the one bag of empties. I go, yeah, see, empties. And the guy's just like, well, why are you carrying empties? I do ant farms. The guy's like, what? No, seriously, ant farms. Here's what you do. I went to a big song and dance about how I would boil the bottles. This is actually a real thing you could do. Boil the bottles, put an ant farm in there, start to sand, using different color sands, and I went on a big long spew about how I would create these ant farms. And I actually had a picture of a beer bottle ant farm. Here you go. And I'd show the officer what I did. And the officer would be like, oh, do you want to come see? Like, yeah, I don't live that far from here. Come on over, you officers. You can have a look at what I'm doing. I can show you the whole process. And the officer's like, no. Did you see any other kids grab something? Yeah, actually, I did. There was this other kid. He went in this other direction. I pointed in the other direction. And so, I got away. But of course, I was nice. I was polite. I didn't panic. Didn't stand up and go, fuck you fucking dumbass, and start fucking balling my fist angrily.
And then crying for your mom.
I was smart. This is how you deal with law enforcement. If you're not saying to get away with it, because there's always a chance they could catch you.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying it's like you aren't freaking out. You keep in straight and narrow.
Yeah, most cops don't want to deal with the paperwork. They really don't.
Yeah. Word to the wise: don't make their day.
Yeah, don't give them the conversation piece that they're going to have for the next mixer, man. Don't give them that excuse that they're going to have when they're like, oh, fuck, I have to talk. What was your day today? Oh, my day was dealing with some crazy fucking kid that fucking was carrying a bunch of alcohol on him, and I had to beat the crap out of him. Yeah, I think they should bring back what's called rapping. Hey, DJ.
Yeah, I had to do it. So I was saying stuff, and I was like, I know you guys aren't ignoring me, and sure enough, you weren't ignoring me. The sound just wasn't going through until I rebooted. But yeah, how's it going, guys? I thought we started at 6. I'm sorry, I should have actually asked.
Well, we started early because I had everything ready, and I didn't know if you're showing up or not, and so I was like, oh, okay. So if he shows up, we could do stuff. I'm on the Archie Meet stuff. Do you still want to do the Challenger stuff?
I mean, I can touch upon it whenever. I got the link ready if you want to try it out at any point in time.
Yeah, okay. So what we'll do is set me a link. We'll do the Archie stuff. Like we got time. But no, we were just talking about, because you just missed. Well, I talked about the time I saw a midget punch a police officer in the balls and get hogtied. And then now we were talking about the time that I got away with the alcohol ant farm trick. But now we're going to talk about Archie meets the Punisher, or the Punisher meets Archie.
Archie wins.
Yep. Okay, DJ, don't send that to me. Send that to who's this Studio Reach?
That's how I'm sharing my screen through the browser. If it works.
Okay.
It should work. It's just
Okay,
like joining
okay,
StreamYard,
so-
except that we're not actually
yeah.
live streaming. It's like a private one, so you can use window capture.
Yeah. Send that to Gobby. Don't send that to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's that smart.
Gobby needs it. Gobby.
Gobby's a smart
So-
guy.
The Punisher is about to meet Archie. This is a real comic. This is not fake.
I was gonna say, last little thing before I moved on was when I said don't make their day. There have been times where I've been on watch where it's like, please, somebody make my day. Please give me a reason to pepper spray or use this baton because I'm getting bored here. Please.
Look, back in the day, do you know what they used to do to us back in the day when the kids? I had seen it more than once. Back in the day, when you fucked with a cop, they would take their nightstick and hit you right in the lower end of your calf, like right, not your kneecap. That could do some serious damage, but they would wrap your calves as hard as they fucking can. It'd be a quick little whap. And I remember seeing that. I felt that once a long time ago, but that was more me being a dumbass, and that was I didn't get in trouble for that one. I got let go, but that was a situation because I felt that once when I was a kid, and what happened was I was okay. Well, I guess I could tell the story. I was hanging out with a friend of mine. She right there. There's your first problem. She lived in a basement apartment. So she would open up her basement apartment window and I would sneak in and play video games with her while she was grounded. Now, this is kids. These aren't grown adults. These are kids. Her police officer father did not like that too much. Caught me. Grabbed my ass, wrapped me around, took his nightstick and went, whap! As hard as he could. And told me never to do that again. I catch you doing that again, you're going to get your ass kicked. And he put that nightstick right up my freaking back. And it's like, you do that again, you fucking little punk. And it's like, okay. So, that is what we would call police abuse. But anybody who's a father, well, how would you feel if your young daughter hanging out with a kid? They're both about the same age. I think she was older or I was older. I can't remember which. It was sneaking into her room at night to play video games.
Mm-hmm.
Did I deserve to get wrapped? Yes or no? Bob?
Oh, maybe because. Oh, sorry, you first.
Morally, and from the father's position, yes. Legally, fuck no.
Fuck no. I got wrapped. He wrapped me. He actually, because he caught me in full fucking getup that night. He came home and he saw me doing that. He was not fucking happy. Nothing happened. We were kids. We really didn't understand that shit. But he was so angry that I was sneaking into her bedroom. I think he pictured what might happen 5 years after. So that I think that was the thought. But
yeah, it's a father's duty to protect his daughter, but it's like, dude, you're an officer of the law. Come on now.
Yeah, but that's the 80s and 90s.
That's the beautiful gray area, isn't it?
Yep. I got wrapped. I got wrapped once when I was a kid. Again, we never did anything. Nothing bad happened. We just played fucking video games. That's all we did. We hung out and played video games. And I was sneaking her anime at the time, because her dad didn't want to watch that satanic shit.
Huh.
Yeah. So it started as a joke. It was an idea that would capture the attention of comic book collectors, an idea that potentially sent our sales through the roof. Publishers of Archie Comics, Richard Goldwater and Michael Scott, liked the big sales part. So yes, this was a joke. This was a joke. I thought it was a joke. This whole story was not meant to ever exist. So this is literally Archie. So yes, Frank Castle is hunting a guy. Punisher war with Czar. Yes, the Punisher. I think this is right around the time when the Punisher took out like a huge Russian mobster.
Oh, he was playing Hotline Miami?
Yeah. You know what? Hotline Miami is a great game. I kind of want to play it for the channel, but it's way too violent. Give me a 2-ticket to Riverdale. So this isn't Archie, but this is someone who looks very similar to Archie. Got my sights on the punk. This is funny as fuck if you think about it. So yes, he is hunting down the guy who hunting down this low level mobster. He wants to get his hands on him so he can do more damage to a certain criminal underground. And so as Veronica and Archie are kind of hanging out with each other, this guy is Melvin J, the youngest rising entrepreneur. So this guy's lying about who he is, and he looks a little bit like Archie, basically. And Veronica's dad being the dumb. I don't know how this guy has money. I picture there's a famous politician guy, not a politician, but there's a famous well-known. Well, actually, he was a politician at one point. There's a famous American billionaire that was a complete fucking moron, and everyone hated his ass. And they hated his ass so much that they kept giving him bad business ideas, and this motherfucker just kept somehow winning.
He wasn't American.
What was he, British or was he Irish?
It was.
He moved to America.
He did move to America, but that was after he got his big win and all that. That was after he was already a made man.
Yeah.
But no, he was it like son of a shoemaker or a leather worker?
Yeah.
But he was not all there in the head. He was a little special. Yeah. But other noble people that he was trying to bump elbows with because he wanted to get into the aristocracy and also, I think, be a politician at one point. They kept giving him ideas that always came around to be a really good idea. Mm-hmm. So much so that he had a monopoly on whalebone. Yeah. And it wasn't all just because of him, because there was also one of the heads of his merchant ships, when he sent bed warming pans over to the tropics, where they have sugarcane, but what the head of the trading group there was like, oh no, these aren't bed warming pans, these are sugar ladles. Yeah. He sold them off as sugar ladles to make up for the mistake, and they fucking sold. Another thing he did, I think he brought cats over there because they had a rat problem. Mm-hmm. So he sold cats through, on ships. They herded cats, took across the Atlantic.
Yep. Yeah, that's real shit, boys. That is a real thing.
And he sold cats.
Yep. We all support our shiny-eyed bastards. We love them. They're our best friends. Yeah, so this guy is, you know, it's funny because here's the Punisher looking for him. So the Punisher is in Riverdale. By the way, this now means Riverdale is in the Marvel Comics, which explains the Riverdale WB show. Well, wait, nothing explains Riverdale but WB show. Other than, holy fuck, the guy they got to play Archie, that motherfucker is ripped, and that guy was pretty old. Like, that guy was a little older than Bob, and he was more ripped. Bob, you're losing to a guy who played Archie. Gotta hit that gym, my friend.
You mean a guy who was paid to play Archie? Yeah, sure. Fork over that money. I'll get in shape, bastard. Oh, wait, sorry. I don't have acting chops and I don't suck dick. So there we go. So I'm not getting the job.
Well, you know, you were, and I stopped myself. We almost got kicked off YouTube. Sorry.
There are things I want to say to you, but I can't right now. Just know that. Just know that.
Fuck, we have fun here. We're both bastards, but we had fun here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I hate having to be nice and censored. It goes against me. But you have to do what you have to do.
Oh yeah, no. If this was us really having a conversation, our channel would make it into the thousands for sure. But we would have got kicked off YouTube before we ever got there.
Man, I would have like brought out the fucking thesaurus of insults.
Oh yeah.
I would have gone worldwide. It wouldn't just be like Americanisms. It would also be British insults.
So, just giving you a heads up, the Punisher is shooting at mobsters, but he's also shooting at 2 kids.
Huh.
Yep. So, yeah. And the Punisher aimed a gun at Archie. There's Josie and the Pussycats. It's funny all the little secret things they added to Archie comics at the time. This fucker sold. This isn't a joke. This really sold a lot of money. Like, I know people who have this comic. I just like how Punisher's just staring down a kid with a gun up his nose. So yes, the Punisher is murdering people in front of kids. But I do like the fact that these guys are trying to escape through the sewer tunnels to get away from the Punishers. And then it kind of explains why Archie, all the stuff he did. Archie, I'm not a cat burglar. I was going through the window because I lost my keys. Sorry, Dad. It's like, then, you know, oops. There actually was a guy wearing a costume. They're filming a movie. Archie, this isn't a spy. He's an undercover cop. You blew his cover. My mistake. So the cops don't like him. So yeah. Meanwhile, there's a bunch of guys smoking. I do like this shot right here. This little image of all the mobsters smoking. Like, that is such a 50s thing If it was in the 80s, it would be crack, but, you know, that's the 80s.
Yeah, just a bunch of fat cats around a table smoking cigars with
Yeah, they're not even
tumbler glasses.
They're not even at the table. They're just sitting in one of the cars.
Oh my god!
Yeah. This, my friendly folks, is what a real hot box used to look like. This.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I was like, they're in a car.
Okay, if you want the 80s thing, this is why I said Stranger Things had no fucking idea what it was doing for. Like, it was the idea of the 80s. It wasn't 80s, or it wasn't 80s into 90s. Because when you walk into a bingo hall, you would have 150 elderly women, anywhere from between the ages of 30 to 85.
Wait,
all
30's elderly?
in their mouths. What?
Wait, 30's elderly?
30 to 75. The elderly were the 75.
Okay, I'm about to say, you said elderly women starting from 30 to 75. I was like, oh, damn.
No, not that bad.
What does that make you, ancient?
Yes. So they were smoking, so they're all smoking, all lighting up cigarettes. And it was one of those situations where all you would hear is they're doing the I-98. And then I-97. The dragon of smokes. It would literally.
You occasionally hear like the cough.
You would never hear the cough. That was the weird thing about it. Then they would all stop their smokes, and right at the time when the break would happen, they'd put out their cigarette, and like one group would light up, another group would light up. It would be this weird, like you could watch it. It was almost like an ocean scene. Where the like the wave of cigarette smoke. There was when they were on a heavy day, there was so much cigarette smoke during a cold day because the smoke would hover in the air and just stay there. You'd walk in like a mist field. Like my idea of Silent
Hill, but indoors.
My idea of Silent Hill is, you know how people like when you hear that, like when I hear the Silent Hill music, or when I first saw Silent Hill, I started laughing and I said, hey, remember that bingo hall? I said to my friend when I first started playing, he's like, holy fuck, yeah, I remember that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
you know, if they're playing bingo in a white room, that room ain't gonna be white for very long. It's just gonna get all yellow and nasty.
Bob, the yellow half white, halfway, yellow, the other half yellow, the top bit brown.
Yuck. Oh man, that's just grody. Is that why some places paint their walls yellow? Or at least like a bone khaki color? Because I've noticed that about some places. Like, I've been to a few hotels, and I've noticed all their walls. I've never been in a white wall hotel unless it's, like, really ritzy. One of those really high-end hotels that cost an arm and a leg to get in. They're always, like, either beige, khaki, bone white, or just yellow walls.
Like, I used to give out cans of soda out there. I used to do the soda shit, and I'd get paid to do that. And you would
that
see
brings
that
back memories. Cigarette smoke and the smell of Coca-Cola.
Yep.
Man,
oh yeah.
You just reminded me of my past.
Oh man.
DJ, I've never smoked, but I always got secondhand smoke.
I mean, you live in New York. You lived in New York for a spell, so you got to deal with the subways. I can only imagine how bad those got.
Oh yeah, I come out of the Fulton Street station, and there's like, you know, every other time there's someone, there's a lot of smell, there's a lot of fragrances. Sometimes I don't even see the smell source. Other times I see it and then I smell it, and then it's like a guy walking by who's, you know, like homeless but very homeless, and then a couple of times I enter a train car that's empty. I'm thinking, oh good, I'll find a seat, and I enter the car and I find out why that train is empty after the door is already closed. There's a guy sitting on one end of the car with a turd on the floor. Poor guy. I really do feel bad for the guy.
Okay. So the smell of fecal matter, you can sense confirmed. I would never. Okay, I have sensory overload. Even now, with my senses all fucked up because I'm still stuffed up from this cold, my sensory overload would kill me.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
I've been around a few people, and yeah, you could smell the poo on them.
Yeah. But I miss those days. I do miss. That was fun, but man, it would suck to you'd have to wave through the smoke. Our chef was quite a character for that guy.
No.
He did the hot dogs.
You talking about that greaseball joint?
No. This isn't a greasy spoon guy. This is another guy. The chef was kind of a funny character because he was a vet and he was missing an arm, and I think it was not cancer. It was something that he lost an arm for. I can't remember what it was. I thought cancer, but that might be the other guy. He lost an arm, and he was a cook. He'd cook hot dogs and other burgers and shit. This guy was a clean. The only place that was smoke free was the clean place, and he used to wear surplus stuff. So he had so you'd walk into the back, and there's a guy wearing full military fatigues, cooking. The guy hated the cigarette smoke so much that if he had to go into where the ladies were, he'd wear a gas mask.
Huh.
Legit, this guy actually carried a old decommissioned gas mask where he had to deal with the ladies.
I say, I know I give uniforms a lot of shit sometimes, but those Type 3s, I'd say if you're just wearing the t-shirt, I'd say they ain't too bad. Kind of cozy. You got your boots, the blouse with the pants. Pants are somewhat nice. I think they're made out of canvas. Because there are those days where either you're working in the kitchen or it's just hot out and you got to stand out on watch, like I had to do. And you're able to take your blouse off, but you still have your plate carrier and kit with you while you're on watch. Yeah. It was much better than wearing the blouse, trust me. It's like, if you had the option to, during certain... it had to reach a certain temperature on the official forecast in order for you to take your blouse off. Other than that, you had to roll up your sleeves properly.
Yeah, so... it's just funny watching, even looking at this. I know I'm going slow. I'm trying to go slow so people want to read it. They can read it. It's interesting to see Frank Castles now sneaking into Cooper School. Now he's hiding behind the back with close to Josie and the Pussycats. And now the mobsters are secretly moving into this place. Frank's chaperoning. I do find it funny that the old teacher's like, damn, look how hot Frank Castle is. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I just find it funny they secretly... Oh, here we go. The fight starts. And I gotta admit, Punisher is a skilled gunsman, considering the fact that, he still hasn't killed anybody yet.
Always know what your target is and what's behind it.
Yep. And it's funny because Archie people are trying to stop the Punisher. And it's yeah. Here's the coach of the fucking football team trying to piss. He's fucking with the Punisher. And for his troubles, he gets thrown up in the air. So yes, the Punisher defeats a mobster with a cake in Riverdale. And he's basically, because he is a wanted vigilante. And now he's just tracking down and trying to find Veronica and the guys who took Veronica. Now there's a worse comic out there. There's Archie versus the Predator, which is fucking awful. I will not do that. Hey, if you want to know
what threats would the people of Riverdale really pose? They're just people going on their day to day. They're not really a private hunt.
It's bad. It's bad. It's not worth reading. This is fun. This is a campy fun. Also, if you want to know where the Thanksgiving parade floats go, well, they go to Riverdale.
I would say the floats got me thinking, is like, wait, does Riverdale really exist? Because I remember seeing some of these floats in Thanksgiving Parade.
Yeah, apparently it does in the Marvel Comics.
Oh, they got Snoopy in the back lot over there.
Yep. I will say this. They gave him a Riverdale shirt. So somewhere out there, Punisher has a Riverdale shirt, and then Cerebro says we have the most dangerous mutant alive. At the end of this, they have an X-Men comic moment where they're like, Cerebro says you're the most dangerous mutant alive. So yes, Wolverine has appeared, and I'm going to have to find out what you're made of, bub. So that's how this ends. This ends with Jughead unfortunately being found by the X-Men. Okay, does that not explain Archie in a nutshell?
Yeah, this almost time capsule kind of society.
Yep. Okay, I am heading to your way, DJ, now.
Oh, okay.
Allow access. I don't need to allow access to camera and do I have to do any of this shit?
No, you don't need to allow any of your stuff because you'll only I'm already in full screen. Oh yeah, I gotta let you join. So when you click on the link, let me know. I should see a name pop up. Or
I clicked on the link. Yeah, Gabi should be there.
Okay, let me see here. Where's Gabi?
Okay, I'll try that again. We're not showing anything, are we? No, okay, good. Okay, I'm going to the studio stream right now. Visit site, yes. Okay, I'm there.
Let me see here. Oh, wait. No. I sent Gabi the link again in case I made a mistake. I sent the wrong link, but I turned myself off. I turned myself on. If I send Gabi the link again, just in case
Okay.
Message. And let's see if I had to do anything to make this work. Maybe I have to click like allow random people, or something like that. Assign participants, watch. No. Oh, guest can add channels. No, we don't need that. Refresh link. Current link will stop working. Are you sure? Maybe I shouldn't. Should I send a new link? Oh, I just sent you a link. Let me know if it don't work. I'll send you a new link. But I'm not gonna.
It's not working. Send me the.
Okay, I'll send a new link.
Yeah, it keeps asking me to do like camera and mic stuff, which we don't want to do because then we're going to do.
Oh, you don't enable. Well, maybe does it let you continue? What happens when you click continue?
No. When I do that, it's like give me your name and give me all your information. It's like, well, no, we're not doing that. I just want to take your information from it.
Did you give it like a generic name, like just like a bullshit name? You don't have to log into it, right? Like you just give it a name. Like,
I cannot join this room. It's not allowing me to join the room at all now.
Oh yeah, I did. I deleted the room. Yeah, that's the new link. But when you join, give it a bullshit name. Does have to be like, obviously don't sign up or register or sign in. Don't do any of that. But
cannot join this room. Make sure it's a valid link.
the new link I just sent you now is saying that.
Yep.
Let's see. Yeah.
It's sounding like we may be. Okay, try this one now. Okay, we'll do it again. All right.
Yeah, it's a different link.
Okay.
It had refreshed, I guess.
Okay. Do. Enter studio.
Okay, good. That's a good spot.
Why?
And then
Enter
is it
studio.
asking you for information? Oh, there you go. You good? Okay, now.
Yeah.
So now you're in. So I'm gonna. You could already see Reggie.
Yeah, we can see you. I'm going to put us on the bop
Good.
right now. Hold on, camera 2. Studio Ria screen. There we go. You are live on the value. You're on the show. I'm going to full screen you. Wait, no, what? No, fucking no exit me. Fucking no. Man. Goddamn motherfucker. Okay, full screen.
All right. So obviously I'm not going to be conveying audio because who wants to go through that technical boondoggle, but we don't really need audio for this anyway. Although would audio be nice? Sure, would be nice, but we're not going to mess with that. Hypothetically, audio would work. Audio would work. Give me a second. I got this. I'm going to put you. I'm going to put your blank screen in the corner. You're not actually going to be in the stream. I'm going to.
No, don't put the blank. Leave it. We had I had it perfectly set.
I know.
That's
why I did it. I got you. But see, I did that now. I believe it will allow audio through. So when I play virtual audio cable B, you can hear sound. All right.
I don't. Can't. No. Yeah, we're good.
So anyway, now that we have that, I can share my screen and. It's nothing too crazy. We're going to touch on the Space Shuttle Challenger, but I think a preliminary thing to talk about is what is the solid rocket booster. Well, it's the thing that's on the side.
DJ, move my Y away from your face so they can see your YouTube. Yeah.
I'll just move my avatar because that's not gonna let me move it. But
okay.
Up.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. All right, you're good, man. Go for it.
Cool. Yeah, I only have the Y there because I think that's how I get the audio to come out if the audio works. If it does, it's not a big deal. So anyway, so Space Shuttle Columbia, Space Shuttle Challenger STS 53 51F. I always mix up these numbers here. No, it's STS 51L.
So this was the sad, tragic moment that the Challenger decided to go pop, and it wasn't exactly a good day for everybody.
So actually,
you're going to Columbia now, right? Are we doing the Challenger first? Yeah, I thought you were doing the Challenger first.
But either way, I mean, I'm just trying to find my Challenger. I have all the Columbia stuff apparently loaded already. I'm looking for the Challenger one now, but that's I could reload it. We don't really need much of it, but Space Shuttle Challenger Enhanced.
Well, I'll go through the Columbia after, but yeah, because I can go through the pop culture of what the Challenger was. And how that affected, because there were some big moments in here, like the fact that we were going to have Big Bird on the Challenger, and that would have been a bad day.
Well, everyone knows basically the basic story. Okay, shuttle goes up, and I'm gonna slow motion it because I think that's just the best way to show what technically happened. So,
because I was a child when I saw that. Remember, I said that's real right. That was real bright. Because to me, I thought that was I thought everything was going as planned. I didn't know this thing actually blew up at that point.
Main engine start.
A lot of people, even if people watch. So initially you got ignition. And the reason I'm showing this part is because in a moment I'm going to show another clip of the SRB decoupling from the ground because it's actually kind of cool. But one of the things you'll see is as it's going up, sometimes you can actually see puffs of smoke coming out of the left side, which unfortunately is at the right side. But you'll see some puffs coming out from wherever the O-rings are, which is basically gas. And basically, we're going to skip ahead. Now, when they get to the part where they're about to throttle up, you might even start seeing puffs of smoke coming out right over here.
Yeah. The decoupling wasn't working, right? That's why this happened?
No, it was basically temperature related. So there's actually, that's a good question because there's actually, there we go. You can see a little bit of turbulence there now. And it's going to be when that fateful moment happens. Which this is not completely enhanced footage, but we can work with it. I'm gonna skip back when the bad stuff happens. Okay, good. Not good, but so right here you can actually see the evidence of an issue. So right here you see the little fire there. That's not normal. That's not normally visible there. So
No.
we're gonna slow it down. And what it's going to be doing is that big orange thing, the brown thing, is the external fuel tank. It's full of, it's got two tanks. The larger half, or the larger proportion, is liquid hydrogen. The other portion at the top is liquid oxygen, and it mixes them together. It puts them through the main engines on the shuttle. We'll show those later. But as this fire is coming out of the nozzle, as these exhaust gases coming out of this side of this O-ring here, it's hitting the big orange tank, which is like obviously going to burn a hole through it. And sure enough, you can already see it doing it, and the orbiter itself doesn't fail. It just gets thrown clear and then falls apart. And when that happens, you see, you know, the crew compartment is one of these pieces actually falling. But the wilder thing is the way the solid rocket boosters, they keep moving until they abort. They use a self-destruct basically to, you know, ensure that they don't do anything like hit the ground or anything like that. And they continue going their own way for a little while there. Well, that's the gist of it. Now, the solid rocket boosters themselves are interesting pieces of engineering for a lot of reasons, but just to give you like some examples here. So and I may have to just resize this for you because, oops, oh, that's my bad. So that's a solid rocket booster. Inside, it's actually hollow, but it's got a lined wall full of a propellant. It's basically rubber mixed with some chemicals. And you have a igniter up here. It burns from the inside along the entire length of that Roman candle. And there's even like a star-shaped pattern if you look at it from above, because that gives it more surface area to burn. Now, there's a flange, or what they call a clevis, and I have a close-up of that clevis right over here. So this is like a cross-section of the wall, and when there's some, you know, propulsion or whatever thrust, this will buckle a little bit, and it'll create little gaps. But when the rubber itself in the gasket is, you know, not cold, it's resilient. When it's cold, what happens is it compresses, and then there's a gap in there. So because it was like really cold on the day, like in the 40s, that wasn't very resilient. So after Challenger, they did add heating elements to this part of the booster in order to kind of ensure it's warm. But you mentioned something interesting, and I want to show one thing: Challenger ice launch pad, because there was ice on the launch pad, and there's some really, really crazy pictures of like what the launch pad looked on that day, and you would say, wow, that looks so sketchy. Like, so here's some of the ground equipment pipes.
Well, there was even conversations about the fact that this should never have happened when it happened. Like, this has been a conversation, like they should have postponed it for a couple days.
100%.
There's been, and that's the thing. But this was live. Like, people all over the world saw this, and unfortunately, when that happens, when it goes boom, well, for example, very famous thing, Punky Brewster literally had an actual episode of the Challenger explosion. Like, they actually had an episode dedicated to that, because a lot of kids saw that explosion. Like, this was filmed on. Oh, sorry guys, didn't mean to kind of blow my nose in the cam. My bad. No, a lot of kids saw this, and this was an awful scenario for a lot of them. And a lot of kids, this was traumatic.
Oh yeah, kids were watching it in school, because back then it was still, you know, like there was that period where this was cool to watch, and the teacher would put it on. In some classes, they would pull the TV into the room after the fact because they wanted the kids to be in the loop. In other cases, they were already watching the disaster unfold in real time.
Mm-hmm. My school did it. My school did it. We all watched it.
Was it before like it's the disaster, or during like when did you guys watch it before?
We watched it live.
Okay.
We watched this live. That was actually a live thing we watched. That's not a joke.
Now, you know, like before I but go a little bit more into technical. I found a picture of the star pattern. So yeah, that's literally what the booster's inner lining looks like. But the boosters themselves weren't really inherently dangerous, but the way NASA, you know, management, right? That's usually the way we blame these things, but obviously it's a little more complex than that. But it kind of comes down to that situation. Now, I was watching a video with a transcript, and it turned out they were, you know, they have a team of engineers from the company that makes the rocket booster, and some of them were kind of against doing this. But the odd thing was, At one point, they go to put him on hold for 5 minutes, and NASA's like, okay, take 5 minutes to make a decision, get back to us, let us know if we'll go for launch. And even NASA was expecting them to be like, yeah, no go.
Hey, DJ,
after a 25-minute hold...
DJ. Hey, hi, Aris. Welcome to the channel. We're talking about the Challenger explosion. We're talking about Throwback Thursday. So this is something of the past, and we're talking about the pop culture stuff. I just had to do that because Aris is here. Well, so welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel.
What up, Aris?
Okay, go ahead, man. Go right back to what you're doing. You're fine.
But yeah, no, I'm just saying. So like, the company that makes the booster, they were on a conference call with NASA beforehand, and they basically were like, okay, we're gonna go on hold for 5 minutes, or we'll put you on hold for 5 minutes, and you guys let us know. And they took 25 minutes, and when they came back, they're like, yeah, we can do it. Like, I guess they did some back of napkin math and decided that this could be done. There were other times where they've seen similar issues, but
yeah, I've also seen NASA come out with the flamethrowers. That was a joke back in the day. They would actually walk in there and they'd freaking blowtorch areas if it was too cold.
Wow.
Wait, the same way they do on drag strips? Like when they heat up the tires or something, but in this case it's heating up the landing pad?
Yep. No, yeah, because you got to get the ice off that stuff. Because of that. Okay. If it can't decouple, DJ can say a lot more on this than I can, but if that can't decouple, things go bad.
I was about to say, okay, all you had to say was like, oh, it can jam up the decoupling process. Gotcha, they're getting rid of the FOD.
Well, that's a slightly different thing, and that was never an issue, but there was an issue, but different type of decoupling. So right here in this picture is an explosive bolt from the launch pad, and you're going to see how it works in this right now. But this basically holds the boosters down, and there's a reason they have to do this, because when the thing turns on, the fuel, there's 3 engines on the back of the orbiter. So the orbiter is the space plane, and these 3 engines get all of their liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen from this tank here. So this tank is hooked up via a pair of pipes to the engines back here. And yes, once they're in orbit, those engines don't do anything. They mainly keep it that way because it allows them to land the shuttle with the engines attached so they can reuse them. So it's a part of the reusability objective. Whereas the boosters, of course, would get parachuted into the ocean if they ejected. But here's the interesting part. So sometimes liquid fuel engines are a little sketchy. So, well, not really sketchy, but you can expect certain failure modes. So they've actually had times where they have what they call a launch pad abort, where the engines turn on, and if the computer detects an issue, the engines will turn off before they release the clamps. So the clamps are attached to this SRB. So there's actually enough strength in these SRBs to hold down the force. So you're going to see right there, you just saw a little puff of smoke there. That's normal. That's the explosive bolt releasing. And is this in slow motion? No, it's in their slow motion. It's not me though. Okay, good. So, and then they release it. Now, there's another cool picture where you actually see the shuttle leaning when it does it, which is like totally normal, nothing wrong with it. It's just a thing it does, like when it's about to go.
Well, like I said, a lot of people still say this that the shuttlecrafts are still the safest right now at this moment. Well, they're not, but they were for decades the safest way to get into space.
Well, oddly, they were very safe. And the thing is, like, comparing to a Russian rocket, that's a little, dubious, right? But the newest rocket we have now, Artemis 2, for example, in theory, it's safer for the main reason being that you got a vertical rocket stack. So the problem with the space shuttle is you don't have many abort scenarios that you can do, like, once the booster's ignited. Like,
what's your thoughts on the Elon? What's your thoughts on the Elon 25 minutes shuttle and the Job shuttle that they've both launched? You think they're safer than what America has right now? The NASA program has.
Oh, I mean, I don't have any concern about the SpaceX thing. They've been pretty methodical. I think the Falcon 9 has been proven to safely and reliably bring humans to space, and because it's got 9 engines, it can even sustain an engine failure or 2 during launch. And it seems that they've been pretty above board with that. Whereas when they're doing their testing, they allow rapid unplanned disassembly because it's fine. Like
okay.
Like. Yeah, but like, no, I mean, like, look, it's a mixed bag. Like, I don't know how, like, landing a Starship and reusing it, that's going to be interesting. But the fact that they did the launch, the thing where they can catch the rocket booster on the way down, that's pretty amazing in its own right,
That is actually, that's unique, because up to this point, we've been using the Pacific Ocean as a fucking dumping ground.
Give me a second. Hey, Google, repeat that.
What?
Goro, not Chief.
Oh. So yeah, so what happened? So you wanted to talk about the challenge. You wanted to talk about not just this one.
Oh yeah, I
but
do
you
want to touch on Colombia. But I do have one clip I want to show them. So I got a call and I was like, oh, and I was just like, I'll call back, because it's like, come on. But here's one more example when the engines. Hey Google, repeat that.
Google's talking to you.
I'm good. I just don't wear headphones. Like, it's like I had to make sure. Okay, so what? So right before the main engines ignite, now there's a water deluge system, and that's what Elon had to implement. Now, fun fact about Elon's Starship, when they did one of the first launches with the Starship rocket, they decided to go ahead without the water deluge system. And basically what it does is it sprays water underneath the launch pad, and it reduces vibration, acoustic shock. It prevents them from vibrating the rocket apart, which is logical. And so when Elon's rocket went up, it blew chunks of concrete all over the place. It was fucking insane. It was pretty wild what it did. Like, and it was not a surprise actually, but it was funny.
So this is still the challenge, right?
Yeah, this is another shuttle, but basically it launches the same way as Challenger. I picked this one because it's got a side view. So I want you to look at the brown part up here. It's gonna lean. Let's see when it leans. Yep, there it is. It's leaning. I'm gonna repeat that again, and it leans back. So this is a key part of every launch. So you mentioned about the release. So a couple of times the explosive bolts didn't release entirely, and yes, there's enough. If you throttle up those engines, or if the engines are allowed to fully ignite, and the boosters are ignited, the boosters themselves can pull the bolts apart if some of them are not released. So they worked on it over the years. I think what they ended up doing was eliminating like 2 out of 4 bolts. They figured out you don't need all 4, and it was just easier to manage. But right here, you're gonna see it's gonna lean forward. You guys can see it tilt. You see my mouse pointer. In fact, it's gonna lean to my mouse pointer. Probably pick too slow of a speed there.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna lean back this way, and then it's gonna release it. And that's right, when you see that extra plume, that's basically when the SRB is ignited. But the last thing, you mentioned separation of another type, and there is actually a super cool clip here. One of my favorite all-time clips of the space shuttle here. So it's doing the launch thingy, right? And I know it might make you a little dizzy. Don't worry, we're gonna get to the part where we actually see the magic. Is this the right clip? Oh yeah, this is the right clip. Okay, so there's different angles of this. I think this was the same clip. Okay, same clip. So we can close that. So I love this clip because what it does is, and am I playing at normal speed? Okay. So this is from the booster, one of the boosters, and it's gonna eject the boosters, and when it does, you get to see the shuttle flying with just the EFT attached. Which I just think it looks cool because typically you cannot see the exhaust from liquid hydrogen. It's a clean burning fuel. I think they show a better angle right after that. They do it twice in one of these videos, I believe. So of course you're gonna see what it looks like for the booster to go down and parachute. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed in this video. I thought it looked a little cooler last time I watched it. I mean, it is cool.
So,
this is another part. When it's going supersonic, they can't throttle up until after the sonic boom. So you see that cloud? That's basically the sonic boom. But yeah, where's the question mark? What are you gonna add?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chief. You sound like you were talking, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were saying something?
No. I said I was gonna move you to. I was gonna move you to the Columbia.
Okay. We could go to Columbia now. Yeah, but basically, the gist of it. So bottom line is.
I'm keeping an eye on the time. We do have to get to gaming eventually.
That works for me. So, I'll tie it up into a neat bow real quick. So, bottom line is, one O-ring was cold. It affected the O-ring's flexibility, so to speak. And a couple of years later, we returned to flight after they made some changes to how they handle safety. Oddly, one of them contributed. Challenger partly contributed to why it took longer for the Galileo probe to reach Jupiter, because they were originally going to stick it in the show's cargo bay with a special liquid-fueled booster to fast-track it to Jupiter. But when Challenger went south, they decided they didn't want to have that extra piece of complexity in there, and they basically, just went with like gravity assist. So, that's just like, one of those things that sometimes these organizations, they will have these knee-jerk responses to failures that they could have managed if they were good managers, I guess. But shit happens. So anyway, and if you ever saw Star Trek 4, you remember at the beginning of Star Trek 4, they actually commemorate the crew of Challenger.
Yes, I do.
So now Columbia. So Columbia is really, really simple, and so there's actually a clip of Columbia during launch. I believe this is the clip. There's actually a couple of them, but is this the same clip?
I don't ever remember seeing the Columbian accident. So it's kind of interesting.
Columbia happened during landing or re-entry, but a week prior, 2 weeks prior, this is the fateful moment that basically sealed their fate, or at least not sealed their fate, but created the damage that led to decisions being made that sealed their fate, right? So basically, on this solid rocket booster, you have a spray foam. So, I'm not solid rocket booster, external tank. So, I think we should get a close-up of the external tank. Same tank they're using right now on the similar tank they're using on the Artemis right now, on new Artemis. So, that's the inside of a fuel tank. This is the fuel tank during assembly. This is one on the ground. You know, we got different examples of it, but basically it's a aluminum can, or I think they make it out of aluminum, and it's got a foam spray-on installation on it, and there we go. It's a pretty decent resolution image. Like, the closer you look at it, you can tell that it can be cut by hand, it can be carved, it can be sculpted. It's like any other foam. But up here somewhere on one of these pipes, there was a ramp-shaped piece of foam called the foam ramp, and that's going to be the piece that we're going to see the example of that actually. An early shuttle was painted it white to give it more strength and to protect it from UV, but it turned out the UV wasn't really an issue, and sunlight wasn't really that much of an issue for the heating of it. And it added like 1,000 pounds. So, you know, if you don't paint it, you save a bunch of weight. So that's a beautiful picture. Like, there you go. Now you can see like kind of like just what it is, like what it looks like. It's just a layer of foam, basically, right? So, gives people an idea. That's the boat that they transport it on. This is where the liquid oxygen is, and liquid hydrogen is not very dense. That's why it's so, it takes up more volume. So you get a performance increase from using hydrogen, but you sacrifice some of that performance increase because of the weight of the thingy itself that you're using. Don't know what that is? Oh, that's the top of it. Oh yeah, there's the hookups that go into the bottom of the orbiter. There's actually a couple of doors on the bottom of the orbiter that accommodate that. And oh yeah, there we go. It's a human scale next to one of those things there. So it gives you an idea. And then this is the new SLS Artemis rocket, which actually, this is what I was talking about, abort mode. So real quick, Saturn V. If you look at the top of the Saturn V, you got this little tower up there. That's actually a solid rocket booster. What is it for? Well, there's 3 wires running down the entire stack. And if for any reason those wires were cut, it would tell the system that either something's blowing up or something's not working right. It would immediately trigger this thing to pull the capsule, which is a little cone at the top, clear from the stack. So a vertically stacked rocket like this, a vertically integrated rocket, all of the ones to the right of the shuttle as well, this is a cargo rocket, but these 2 here have a safer abort mode, because at any point from the time that you ignite those engines, even before you ignite the engines, but from any point after you ignite those before or after you ignite those engines, you could pull the crew to safety using a rocket, little rocket motor, and then it'll parachute them down into the ocean nice and safely. Whereas the shuttle, you cannot turn off those Roman candles once they're on. So there are abort modes, and that's a whole other topic that I was going to show, but I kind of like didn't get organized right. But they have they have different abort modes, and one of them is abort to orbit, where like maybe they have that's a whole other topic. But they got a lot of interesting abort modes. But the weirdest one is called return to landing site. So during Challenger, maybe if they could have rode it out and not had the fuel tank blow up, even if they had lost performance, let's say they couldn't get into orbit, they could still use the remaining fuel in the external fuel tank to go back to Florida and basically conduct a landing at the nearby landing strip. It's a very, very complicated procedure. The guy who flew the first space shuttle was just like, you need everything to be perfect. Like, you need a series of like perfect coincidences. Nothing can be, everything's got to go right. So really tricky. Now, Columbia, we were talking about Columbia. So bottom line is the moment that sealed their fate. You're going to see a piece of debris coming off of up here, and there it is, little white thing. It's going to go into the wing, and then they actually do show you a better example. Now, what is the wing made of? Reinforced carbon composite, or reinforced carbon. Basically, graphite that's been baked in a kiln and has carbon fiber weaved in it. So imagine like fiberglass and resin, but instead of resin, you're using something that's like pencil lead. So this is what happens when you hit it with the foam at like 700 miles an hour, whatever speed they were going at. And you can see there's a big.
Yeah, it frayed
wing.
it. By that fraying, it caused the problem with re-entry, right?
Oh yeah, it frayed it, it cracked it, frayed it, it did it all. So then people argue that well, there was nothing they could have done anyway. It's like true that doing an on-orbit repair would have been very sketchy and tricky, especially if they, they would have had to know in the beginning of the mission to get the second space shuttle ready. But they did have another shuttle on a launch pad. It wasn't quite ready, but it could have been made ready. If Congress knew, it would have been a blank check type situation. But a lot of people make excuses that it could never be done. I think that, look, like even like sticking a camera on a broomstick to inspect the front of the wing was entirely doable. I don't like the excuses I hear for why we couldn't save these people's lives. It's just kind of, in my opinion, like I'm not saying it's a hand wave, but I saw the movie Apollo 13.
Yep. I was just
so now, lastly,
grab some stuff. Continue the conversation.
It take a lot of work. They had to pull together, but like if you got to take a piece of like cardboard and slap it over there and put some crazy glue on it, it would probably be better than a hole in the wing. Obviously, I wouldn't say cardboard is what you would use, but the thing is now you have a hole in the wing and you're re-entering the atmosphere, and the space shuttle has to go down this path. It does a series of S turns to slow down its speed, and then it like does the spiral and it lands at the runway. The problem is that you got hot gases coming in. So, of course, one of the first things they detect is a flat tire in the left wing. Because as the temperature sensors are detecting increased temperatures, something's happening. And they're realizing, that landing gear wheel got cooked. And then they see other systems, other sensors triggering, and they then say
mission specialist David Brown, and
audio
payload
loop,
specialist
no
from the Israel
commonality,
Space
which
Agency,
means
Alon
that
Ramon.
they're not related systems, so you're screwed, basically. And of course, the rest
Pacific
is
Standard
history.
Time, rather.
Ship gets ripped apart, but I just want to
And
emphasize
almost
that.
directly overhead of Sacramento,
I can still hear
California.
him just.
Oh, no,
We're
fine.
Coast,
Yeah, we're fine.
just to the
So
north
bottom
of
line
San
is,
Francisco area.
And what was interesting was when the hydraulics went out, the astronauts on board, the pilot still tried to reinitiate control. They definitely fought for the last minute. Now, if things could have been a little different, what they would have done is, in fact, what did happen was when they were on board that shuttle, the power system went out. By then, they might have already been missing a wing. And of course, it's heating the aluminum skin from the inside. It might be protected on the outside. Get a hole in it now. So no heating the aluminum from the inside. So no, the power did not fail. But if they did fail, they failed because there was a fire.
We're not seeing anything more on my end. My end just kind of went weird. Okay.
So bottom line is.
Yeah, bottom line,
hear me?
Bottom line, because we just lost your signal.
Oh, you lost my video signal?
Yeah, we're not seeing anything on my end.
Fair enough. No worries. So anyway, the gist of it is Columbia is because of the insulating foam slamming into the front of the wing. Yeah. And, I don't even know what they did to remedy that, to be honest. I know they eliminated the foam ramp from the installation, so I wish I had more profound thoughts, but I guess I'm a little scatterbrained right now. So how about when we wrap this up right now, we'll just take quick... You got any questions, man? Any of you guys real quick, huh?
No. No, I was just going to talk about the pop culture element of this. Like, for example, to the Challenger, because the Columbia, I was like, okay, I was more focused on the Challenger, so all my information was about the tragedy of the Challenger. So I kind of...
Big Bird, you mentioned a few TV shows. Yeah, definitely share.
Well, for example, Punky Brewster legitimately did an entire episode dedicated to this. And we got your stuff in the background, dude.
Oh yeah, so basically that's just the final moments, but essentially they lost control, things spins a bit, wing falls off, and the believe it or not,
we don't got your image right now. They're losing though.
And the OMS rocket, peroxide rockets actually try to fire to stabilize it, but at that point, there's no hope. And so I forgot to say one thing was when they lost electricity in the orbiter, they're sitting there, it's a rough ride, and they're just hoping they get down to a low enough speed and a low enough altitude to bail out. But of course, everything disintegrated before they had that chance. But get back to that. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I just wanted to share that because that was what was on screen. But I'm done with that. None
of this can be seen because we lost the image. So I switched over to the Punky Brewster stuff. So now this is an interesting thing because it's one of the few times I can ever remember a show actually talk about a huge disaster And this was done in a way that we have never. It's like, this is a woman. We're going to be the next spin pilot. And blah 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 blah. It was like this weird element where out of nowhere, and then when Punky Brewster's like, Challenger exploded, and she starts crying and stuff. I remember kids at the time were so dumbfounded by what they were looking at, and because this was shown to a lot of kids. It caused a freak out that I don't think I ever saw at that time. It's one of the biggest freakouts, and the biggest, like, kids were just upset. And it was, I actually do think that this did affect, space travel for a long time. Like to this day, I've never seen a launch happen that went to kids. They never showed that to kids.
Oh, yeah, they got a little sensitive about that. Yeah.
They really did. All right, boys, I'm going to go grab some water. Bob, we left you with the possession stuff, so I want you to continue the possession stuff while I go grab some water.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, because Bob gets to have Kevin. Everyone gets a bit. We let you go, DJ.
That's the way.
Yeah. So you got the floor, Bob.
Ghost possession, right?
Yeah. When
okay,
it is,
because in my head I was picturing possession of goods or possession of substances, and then I realized, no, you're talking about something cooler. So
we're talking about demons.
Demons. There you go. There's the cat. There's the cat for the demons. All right, I'm gonna go take my stuff, and I'll be right back. Okay, go for it, Bob.
All right, let me find the. This is booth info. That was the other 4 cases that I covered. Okay, so alright, we got one here. It was Roland Doe / Robbie Mannheim, USA, 1949. Though not a murder trial, the case involved an intense documented exorcisms of a 14-year-old boy in St. Louis, Missouri, involving priests. The case served as inspiration for The Exorcist. That whole plot line.
Yep. That's one of the Exorcists.
Yeah, God.
I love how her eyes just glisten. It's kind of supernatural.
And then we have this is the hard part. I'm trying to remember. It's like, what did I talk about last time and what is now, but
are you having problems, Bob? Or are we just moving the video games?
I think we talked about Lorraine in the UK during 2011.
Yeah.
Okay. Child death case, Arizona, USA. A father attempted to exorcise a demon from his child using hot water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he dosed her in water.
Yeah, boiling hot water.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what they mean when they say boil the death out of you or boil the hell out. Yeah.
Yeah.
People versus Cashney, Illinois, USA, in 1986. The defendant argued that his confessions were coerced by demons possessing police officers. This man thought the police were possessed.
Mm-hmm. This is why asylums need to come back anyway. Okay, I'm going to explain asylums for people. Now, the reason I think there was a hate boner for asylums in America for a number of years is because of the absolute travesty of privatized and underfunded asylums. The shit that went on in these locations were so horrendous that it created literally, the things that were done to people were so awful and so evil that it rocked the nation. And the more people found out about how these people, because these were family members, friends, and other individuals that were being thrown in these places and basically tortured. So the truth is, I actually am a supporter of, yeah, we need to bring back some of those things. But we don't need to bring back the torture and stuff. You can do it right. You just have to do it right. Don't privatize it. Don't sell it to fucking pharmaceutical companies that want to try a brand new drug that has people committing suicide a week later. Like, this guy who believes he was, like, this is a guy that probably should be in a nice little hole, and he'd be more safer in a padded room. And we need those padded rooms back. Thank you very much.
Yeah. The thing is, it was actually very hard to find anything outside of those cases that I talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
Because everywhere I looked, it would keep bringing up the Devil Made Me Do It case, Arnie Shane Johnson.
Yeah.
And it was just a repeat of the ones I just talked about.
Yeah, the little mean. Okay, so, all right, so let's give out an
unfortunate because it was hard. It was hard to find anything besides what I already talked about.
Yeah, I could actually get you more information, but I'd have to point you towards certain books. So next week we're gonna look at a book I got my hands on, a fun little book that we're gonna be having a look at, and
wouldn't happen to be a cookbook of a certain variety, would it?
No, I'm not gonna put the How to Eat Human Flesh book. Why do you keep asking for that book? I said I'll send it to you when I have a chance. Anyway, I do not actually own a How to Eat
I'm interested in learning about Mana, man. New Zealand headhunters. I want to know the reality behind it.
I do not have a book on how to cook humans yet. But in actuality, it's going to be an interesting, fun book that I think DJ's going to like. It's a sci-fi book that's quite fascinating. So our orders for people, because Bob wanted orders. Okay, let's give him an order. I want you to do some research on something very interesting. It's going to be probably one of the more interesting things I'm going to send you on.
Okay.
How many sightings of the Loch Ness Monster has there actually been?
23.
You already know the number?
Yeah, roughly.
Well, you get them, and I want to know when those were, what time, what dates they were, and give me some stuff. DJ, I wanted to ask you because you like talking about stuff. Let's talk about the spaceship graveyard, where everyone. You've never heard of the spaceship graveyard?
Is it the one in Kazakhstan?
No, I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about a part of the Pacific Ocean known as the Nemo Point.
Oh, that makes sense. Because that would have been the area where a lot of launches would have to ditch their stuff, huh?
Mm-hmm. If you want to do some research on that, that might be an interesting topic for the channel.
Yeah, that's news to me, man. I'm gonna guess there's an underwater graveyard and people taking submersibles there, or is it just the fact that we know things fall there?
Oh, it's so dangerous. The waters are so dangerous there. No one goes. There is a part of the Pacific Ocean that's just vacant. You never see ships go there.
Is it more like during launches? Huh.
What?
So weird.
Yeah.
Is it like because they're afraid of it falling on them? Because I mean, once the stuff goes to the bottom of the ocean, it's not.
Yeah, waves so big. Bob knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Chief. Okay, real quick. Yeah, the number I knew were the ones of like old school newspapers. Apparently, there has been over 1,160 official recorded sightings.
Yep.
That number blew up quick. I'm only gonna do 20 of them. Maybe 10. I'll do the most interesting.
You're gonna have fun with that one. All right, so let's get to.
But you were talking about ship graveyards.
Oh, is a ship as in boats or spaceships?
No, I wasn't talking about ship graveyards. I was talking about the Pacific Ocean and how ships will avoid a certain point in the Pacific Ocean is completely almost vacant. Oh. And this is where NASA and other space programs called Point Nemo. That's where they send their satellites.
Oh, whenever they want to dump a satellite or something, they got you. They shouldn't
Oh,
have
yeah. Yeah.
during a deorbit.
Yeah, there's a place that we usually give some places fun nicknames, and yeah, sure, it's technically in international waters, technically. But you'd hear terms like fleet of hot or some shit like that, but that's really just us doing target practice with the big gun on the Killer Tomato. In this case, this is NASA's version of fleet of hot. So it's like anything within this set area, no one is supposed to go. There's not supposed to be any civilian vessels or anything. Most guys, like merchant marines, already know not to go there, like tanker ships and stuff like that.
No, this isn't that, Bob. No, Bob, you're wrong. This is parts of the Pacific Ocean that are so dangerous that people don't sail there. It's like in between Australia and it's like right in between that point.
If only I was still in, I would have asked the Australian sailors about it. Because I've never been there.
Yep, but you know what
I understand what I just said is kind of the point, but yeah.
Yeah, but every sailor knows about it because it's one of the most dangerous. It's one of the most dangerous parts of the world.
Yeah, and they don't really give you the specifications of why it's dangerous.
50-foot waves.
So, like I said, unless you're looking or a guy, they don't really give you a straight cut example because we would have heard about this if it was important enough. If you get what I'm saying, we would have heard about places like Point Nemo. The most I know about is things like sea states. And obviously, 50-foot waves. That is a sea state of like 9 and up. It maxes out at 10.
Okay, so I actually get to tell a sailor about something. This is kind of funny. So me matey does not understand the logic of the seas.
I'm gonna kill you. Speak naturally.
We're talking about a point in the Pacific Ocean that most people don't go to because it's just too dangerous. Yar.
God, you sound like a retarded Mr. Krabs. And we just got kicked off YouTube shit.
Anyway,
I dropped the hard R.
So, there's just a point. There's like a little point in between. There's just because you can see where people sail. They will not sail in between this area. There's a belief that this is where sea monsters are. There's even a long-running joke that's.
What do you mean by belief?
A belief that sea monsters
you're saying these things don't exist. You try to tell me these don't. They do exist. All right. There are monsters in the ocean.
Yep. I know, but most of them are just my hairy friends going for a swim.
No, that's just you in the bathtub.
Or in the pool.
Ugh, you jump into a pool and you see like the oil spill spread out.
I understand. I'm a big green man. All right, I get it. Okay, but I really don't like it when Japanese people start screaming "Godzilla, Godzilla" when I'm swimming in the pool. Leave me alone. I'm trying to get my wave in.
What, the 50-foot wave?
I don't know why there's this music that plays every time I come out of the water. It's like bow 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 bow. You
can also hear a flute in the background.
No, they don't have a flute for the Godzilla music. How dare you?
No, you hear a flute. The flute that summons Godzilla.
That's not Godzilla. Shut up. Bob, you don't know what you're talking about. Quiet.
Yeah, of course I don't know what I'm talking about.
You blasphemer. Guy don't know
God. I give a shit about a giant lizard that I want to send back in the ocean, stay in the ocean. Stupid fucking lizard.
The king of the monster, baby. Respect the king.
Is there need to breathe?
I will respect the king when I see him. Until then, he's not over in Point Nemo.
Oh, okay. So I gotta now show him Godzilla movies. That's great.
I ain't gonna watch him.
Meow, bow, 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 bow.
But yeah, sea monsters are real. I have bared witness to one.
Yes. He saw me swimming one day.
No, it was subtle. It was very subtle. It was in the moonlight. It was the only way I was able to catch it.
Anyway, back to this area. There's just an area. The waves are too high. It's too choppy. It's right in between a point where the currents are at a high extreme. That's why I'm surprised you've never heard of this.
No, I've never heard of Point Nemo. Nobody on my ship or anybody else in the Navy.
That's not Point Nemo. That's not the name of that area. But Point Nemo's in that area.
Yeah, like I said, never heard of that area. We never went there. Granted, my ship never went fucking anywhere.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't worry. No, don't worry. I'll be thinking about it when I'm resting in bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you say you'll have and every once in a while you'll go to sleep and then you hear I actually know more about the sea than you.
Says the guy who almost shit himself first time he stepped on board a ship. Pussy.
I did not shit myself until I was in the middle of a wave storm. Thank you very much. And
just a wave storm? That it?
Fuck you. Lake Superior's dangerous.
Aw, that's cute.
Too much details because that gives way too much.
I know, but I kept it vague. Oh, I can hear your legs shivering thinking about it.
No. I hate. That just.
We're even now.
You know I'll get you.
Oh, you always do.
First, but you're fucking with a French man. Don't ever fuck with a French man in that way.
Le tabernacle. I will not step onto the ocean. No, thank you. I will sit here and eat frog with wine.
No, I won't go into Lake Superior past a certain point. I don't care. That scared the hell out of me. Lake Superior is very dangerous. And
don't go in November.
What?
Don't go in November. The fall season's whenever it gets rough.
Oh, it's rough. Like, yeah. And the fact that people will actually legitimately do that job almost all year around, just to travel grain or something like that, or some resources in between America to Canada, is fucking amazing. Like, I don't know how those fuckers do. That's got to be one of those terrifying jobs out there.
It's one of the jobs I wanted to get into. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a good job. You get paid good money. They almost do it all year round. It's like, I can't remember how far they do it, but they do it almost all year round, but you get paid a lot of money for doing it.
Once you're a part of a ship, once you are a part of a ship, you will feel it. You will know it. You will know every location on that ship where everything is. You may not know the TAC number or where specifically the names are, but you just know.
Yeah. So
the
DJ
ship becomes you become it.
Yep.
So what's your thoughts on Lake Superior? You ever been on the Great Lakes?
They're huge, and I saw a movie once where they were on those like hover things, and it looked like an ocean to me. But I'm not expert. I just know that the lake effect creates a lot of snow.
Yes, it does.
Yes, that it does.
Yeah.
And then the most northern states usually get like the squall straight from the Kanuki land, so we get their leftovers.
Yep.
And we're gonna solve that. When you guys become the 51st state, we're going to make sure we put a pool cover over that lake.
DJ.
A pool cover? Like a fucking
DJ,
canvas?
Squirt bottle. DJ, squirt bottle. Don't say that. You get us in trouble.
Yeah, man. They're not going to become a state. They're going to become a province, like Puerto Rico.
Province. That's not the province. I'm trying.
Because Puerto Rico's been wanting to become a state for so long, but no, they're just a territory. Even the people wanted to become a state for many years. And I know that because my family's Puerto Rican.
If you think about it, they've been wanting for years, and they still have not gotten it.
Yeah, they only have some benefits by being a territory, but not like full benefits like a state would.
Yep.
Which is why they want to become a state. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, I got that. Okay. Gotta save the mail for later.
I'm getting that smell of salt water again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I miss it. I miss it.
I will say this, actually, some of the most nicest areas is near Lake Superior. Like, there's some comfortable, like I had a cabin up there and we had a fire going and that breeze and stuff and it would hit. Oh yeah, it's nice. I haven't been close enough to the ocean at all. Like, I've never been near the ocean, like, pretty much ever, really. Like, it's something I stay kind of far away from. But, oh yeah, Lake Superior. I love this. I love the Great Lakes.
Depends on the ocean. Atlantic can smell a bit more fishy than Pacific. The lakes are very fishy smelling, especially Lake Erie.
Yep.
Don't know about Superior, but the Pacific smells very clean. It's just a nice, warm sea breeze that comes in. I don't know. It's like, those incense that literally called like sea breeze or like the candles. It's very close. It's just not as strong because it's a nature smell, not condensed into like a stick or a candle.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. But no, I like the Great Lakes. One of my better things. I don't know how
goes
people
really well with ocean smell. Tobacco. That's another really good smell to mix. Like fresh tobacco, usually like in a soap or something. Beautiful.
Yeah, you know what you say. Ugh. I actually have some incense that do good ocean scents.
I gotta stop thinking about the past. People's like, the philosophy in like anime and everything. It's like high school is the best time of your life. No, the best time. The military. That was the best time of my life.
Hey, that's stop you joining the Merchant Marines, man. You're welcome to it.
Yeah, I know. But it's that fight you gotta have with yourself. Are you happy you settle down with where you are, or you want to move on to something else?
Well,
hell, I just got my place, and I'm starting to get comfortable with my place. Being homeless and living out of hotels, you got to get yourself out of that philosophy of like, how long am I going to be here? That's a hurdle unto itself.
Yep.
So the moment you're comfortable in the place, why would you want to leave it? I think that's just me being human.
Unless you have to deal with crazies, like one of my previous places was a lot.
It's nice here. That's the thing. It's so nice here.
Yeah. It's the crazies you don't want to deal with. Oh yeah, it's just how it is. Like we've all dealt. Like if you, it all depends where you live. Like I have a story. Like I said, I've talked about the meth story, like the drug lab story there back in the day. It's like
If I was in the neighborhood that I grew up, I'd be Merchant Marine 100%. I don't like that place because like down the block there was a fucking meth lab. They got busted twice.
Yep.
And one time it exploded.
Yep. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, you just hear a big boom in the middle of the night, and it's like, what's that? It's probably nothing. And you go back to bed, and then you wake up the next day and you walk past it when you're going to school, and it's just like, I don't think that was lightning.
So my favorite thing someone said to me years ago, it's not the ifs you got to worry about, it's the whens. See, if can be managed, if can be dealt with, when cannot. When's an inevitability? When's, oh shit, now you're in trouble. You don't want the whens. You want the the whens. Like for example, if I was to say hypothetic,
when will the vampires arrive?
No, like okay, an if would be if I go down that dark alley, am I going to get robbed or not? That's what that is.
Oh, and then you get robbed in the alley, and it's like, when is he going to take my money, or when will he kill me?
Yeah, something similar to that.
Okay, I see. There are oftentimes I've turned whens into ifs.
Yeah,
but that's very hard to do.
But like for example, I had a case with We had a guy that was unfortunately dealing with a large case of what I like to call dementia. So he turned if he's going to do something psychotic and carry a knife and walk around with his pants off around his legs with a giant fucking blade, turned into a when is he going to do it? And that was when the problem started. And that's why we were like, we didn't want him here anymore at the previous place I was living at. That became a when. You don't want that. But that is example, you get people that go completely batshit insane. And then my favorite response was like, this person had a worker at the time, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this person was going to go to jail, was going to go into the hospital sooner or later." I'm like, "Well, I prefer the later not being stabbed by a naked person." I kind of didn't want the when there, right? Like,
yeah, I hear you. I don't know why. Because I've dealt with crazies, but I don't think I've ever reached that level of crazy that I have witnessed, where the man is full Johnson out, just walking around.
Yep, carrying a knife.
I've never gotten to that level. And I've been in some shady alleys.
Yep, that's just the person walking around the hallways with a knife. Naked. Johnson hanging out. That became a win.
The reason I wasn't approached is because I always move like I have a purpose.
No,
I don't walk slow. I never walk slow.
No, that when became, like I said, that's a when. You don't want wins. Like, you don't want lots of those wins in your life. You want to have a lot of ifs. Another favorite quote this guy had was, I brought it up before, but I'll say it again. Hobo isn't a way of isn't a way of life. What was it?
It's not a status.
It's not a status. It's a way of life. Yeah, it's a thought process.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that is so goddamn true.
Oh yeah. That's some things that I've witnessed is like sprinkled with some of the homeless guys. Some of them were vets, and I later learned that some of those guys just choose to live like that. Like, they're just comfortable.
Yep. And it's just the way it is, right? Like, it's just how life goes with some people. It's that way of, like, no one wants to live that life, but like, they're just not there. And like, we had some tragedies. Like, there's been more than one occasion I've heard of stories of people. We get a -40, and then they gotta spray the guy. They gotta spray the guy with hot water because he died, pissed himself, and froze right to the fucking asphalt. They have to unthaw the motherfucker first. I've actually I've heard of that happening in places. Because a homeless person was living in an underpass or something like that, and he just fucking died. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's horrible. No one wants to see that. No one wants an old person to go that way, but it happens,
I remember I was bold one time, and I was thinking about literally just staking out in the woods. Like, unironically staking it out in the woods. But, I was convinced otherwise. Like, no, that's a bad idea. And then whenever I was at a shelter, I've noticed there were some guys who weren't a part of the shelter. They're just some homeless guys sleeping on like the doorstep of some place or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I am freezing my nuts off right now. And this guy's gonna be sleeping in this? Fuck.
Yeah, and why would you want to live that?
But
no, like I said,
it didn't take much, because the moment I had my plan, I was already executing it. I was taking my steps. I didn't need to be convinced or anything. It's like, I just needed a route to take.
Yeah, like, good example of this is like like we on more than one occasion, like we like because like a lot of people I've met over the years, like they are you leave them alone like that, and they are they're just off to the races. They don't really think about the stuff. They don't really comprehend that maybe I shouldn't do this with my life. And I've run into guys that are like that, where they're just fucking, don't need this in your life, but you're still doing it. It's like, wow. I've seen a lot of homeless guys that's how they go. They go, they're just there. And then you give them a place and they trash it. Like, I've done cleanups for places where you're like, what happened here? I've had more than one occasion where I've had places where I'm like, how did this get that bad? You keep thinking to yourself. Because I've had more than one occasion where I'm just like, this is so awful the way this place looks. It looks like someone took a freaking bomb and blew it up. Like I did removal for places where people got evicted. And that is some of the most disgusting things I have seen has been those places. They're absolute fucking trash. Like, they're destroyed from one end to the other. And you can't do much about it. I remember one guy we knew that took them, it took us 4 days to do the demo. Just cleaning. 4 days. And it was just this one guy living in a small little shit stack. Like a little shed. Like, this guy was like living and behind. They put him in a little place and he trashed it within like a week. It's like, yeah, we brought this guy in down here. It's a little place to live. And it's like, I remember seeing it back in the day and I'm like, shit, I wish I had a place like this. Like, fuck, this would have been great back in the day. Fuck, I would have loved to have it. I'd probably be still living there if I could have got that little hovel that was underneath the shed area.
Doesn't that boil you, man?
It does. Like, it was a nice place.
It's always the people who, out of the kindness of their heart, lend something to somebody who's just a dirtbag.
It's not that they're a dirtbag. They're just fucked. Like, just how it goes, right?
I don't know. It's like, either you're a dirtbag or you're not. Either you take care of the thing you were given responsibility over, or you're a dirtbag.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, if somebody gave me a little check like that, oh my god, would I treat that thing like the Holy Grail itself.
Yeah, kind of to try to explain this. Basically, did I already unlock his power-up? So I was using this character even though I don't need to use him. Back to Colonelstead. So what happened with us was I had we had this fund that was this guy. The way it worked was they had a shed, but it was like they had their like garage, and right next to the garage was like a little basement area that crawled in, but it wasn't actually a main part of the house. It was like a little underground underpassage. And so they turned it into an apartment. So it's like, it technically it was their basement, but it wasn't their basement. It was a separate part. Like, you literally could see the partition between the house and shit. So he had his own separate entrance and everything. It was a nice little basement, but he trashed it. He totaled the fucking thing. Like, I've done some of that maintenance not too long ago. I helped helping an elderly guy on and off here. And I'm getting a little extra cash on the side whenever I can. I've been fucking sick, so I haven't been able to do anything this week. But when I get another call and he wants me to go help him out, I'm going to go help him out because, they had a place for the grandma. The grandma passed away. Grandpa and Dad thought, this one kid doesn't have a house. Let's give him a house. Here's a house, kid. Here's a brand new house just for you. Awesome. Trashed it. Totally didn't. This guy didn't even last 2 weeks. Totaled the fucking place. And they kept fighting to try to get him to fix the place. They kept doing stuff. All he had to do was pay the fucking mortgage. That's it. Pay the fucking mortgage and pay the fucking utilities. That's it. And he trashed it. He totaled the place. So yeah, no, here's a nice place. He stayed there for a long time. They stopped paying the utilities. Not everyone's, Kevin. Yeah, I get what you're saying. This was just when you find out how much this place was and how much money they could have got if they would have sold it in our economy. And they gave and this isn't the only story. I got 4 stories where I actually have 4 different stories I can talk about where that happened that I know of. It's just miserable. I can't believe people would do that. Like, DJ, imagine if I gave you a 3-bedroom house.
Mm-hmm.
All you had to do was pay the mortgage and the utilities.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Like, would you total the fucking place? And then not pay the utilities or the mortgage?
Right? As a New Yorker, yes, I would. No, but jokes aside, that's batshit insane. But apparently people don't think like that. They think like, oh, you have more than me, therefore you're an asshole. I get it. It's like, I'll give an example. My friend went into a friend's rent control apartment one time, and dude's running all the faucets. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, the fucking landlord pays for that shit. Fuck that guy. And my brother's like, dude, that's foul. And like, that's literally the only reason dude was running the faucet, because the other guy paid for it. It's like, dude, guy is letting you rent out the apartment. I get that, you know, we have a renter-centric law set up here, whatever you call it. But doesn't mean you should treat the guy as, you know, disrespect the guy like that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's pathetic. Like, this is a guy, like, I mean, my friend there, he ends up, you know, this older guy, he's a nice guy, and I've done work for him before, and it's just like, now, you know, he has to drive me out, we got to go fix this place, it takes forever to fix it, and it's like, fuck, you know, that's so much money gone. I don't know what else to say. It's disgusting, in my opinion. Like, that's thousands of dollars, you know, and like, they're going to sell the place, and like, this guy has nothing. I've also had another thing happen where I know a family where they rent to own property, and I've had this happen. I've known 3 people this has happened to. This place that they fucking got, I was like, dude, if you would have said, okay, how much would it have cost to rent to own? Well, it would have cost, you got to pay the utilities plus $250. So how much would it cost? They said about $600. I told him, with me and somebody else, I could have had that place up and running within, I would have been able to do it instantly. It was a 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, they fucking had a little shed, like a little sitting area, and they had a full garden. And she totaled the place. Trashed it. Her and her kids trashed the place. I was floored by how much damage was done. The kids were picking the plastic off the roofing of the shed, of the little sitting area shed. They broke the plastic off. I was just pissed. Like, I was just like, I mean, for $600 a month, I could have done that. Oh, I could have done that. A heartbeat. Get a free house? Fuck yeah. Sold. But no, like, I couldn't believe that, you know, these freaking people did that. I'm like, how could you do that to your family? Like, that's a family home, man. You had birthdays there. You had, like, you sat on grandma's, like, fully furnished, and she trashed it all. Oh, what the fuck? Tragedy. Absolute tragedy, in my opinion. Like, my thought process is, when it comes to this, and this is going to sound kind of mean, I'm like, literally, this should have just not been given to someone with You know, so not like this was somebody who, you know, should have like no. Just no. That's why I don't get the logic, man. I'll never get the logic of people doing that to people, man. That's just sick.
What do you think it's a power tripping thing? Like, I'm a peasant, therefore I gotta treat anyone I consider not a peasant less?
I think it's just some people are just really, really ignorant when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah. Well, it definitely is. Yeah, what I just described is definitely a consequence of ignorance. Whether that it's valid in this case may not be, but yeah, I agree.
Because you see these in Detroit housing, like there are places in Detroit, like you look at them and it's like, wow, how could you have destroyed? Like, I'm not exactly my place doesn't exactly look great. Okay, I need to paint. I need to do this. I need to do that. They need to fix this. I need to fix that. I get it. But, like, fuck, I'm not anywhere near this disgusting. Mm-hmm. I at least mop the floors every once in a while. like when when you beat Asmongold out, the Roach Lord, the Lord of Siness has actually been beaten out by you. Game over, boys. Game over. Like that is crazy.
Yeah, I can relate to Asmongold. I mean, never mind.
I understand Asmongold too. Man, we all know Asmongold at least one way, shape, or form, right?
Yep.
Like I don't deny it. I'm not ashamed to say I've had Asmongold moments in my life. Hell, I had an Asmongold moment of this week. I literally, you know, the first thing I did today is I opened up both my windows because I've been sick for the last couple days, and I don't know if you ever had that smell after you're sick, that ick smell. Yeah, I had that smell in my apartment for like 2 days. So I lit some incense, I did some cleaning, and I opened up my windows and aired my apartment out just to get that ick smell out, even though it's minus freaking 10 out there. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I have to. I have to air it out for at least a half hour. So yeah, I aired it out for a half hour, then I lit some incense because I know this whole place is gonna stink. Of the best way to put it, it's gonna smell rancid. I do not want this smell permanently in my apartment for next fucking 2 weeks. You know, it's that smell when you have the fever and you're sweating. It's like, disgusting smell. Everything smells bad for me lately. My nose is right messed up right now. So it's like, yeah, everything stinks. So a little bit of this game while we're talking about stuff. Right now my goal is to steal from everything that's in the game. All the monsters are about to get ripped off. Our character's goals in life is to rob them. And so that's the game plan. If they have something I want, it has to be stolen. See, magic tab? Okay, I'll take the magic tab. If they're not valuable, I'm gonna blow them up with the Chronos Trigger nuke. Illuminate. Because I want all the gear that this game will give you. Because this game gives you a fuck ton of gear. Bam. Done. So this is where I'm getting all the gear, equipment, and items and stuff. Like, this area is a high item resource area. Like, this is the only place you really need to do this. And it's one of the best places to go for that. Actually, a bunch of other people have been running Chronos Trigger lately. It's a very popular game, even to this day. So, speaking about sea monsters, Bob. So, what sea monsters do do Maritimers still think exist? Does the Kraken still exist, Bob?
Yes.
Okay. How is it? Explain what the Kraken looks like. We're gonna have some fun with Bob tonight.
Oh, you want me to explain what it looks like?
Yeah.
It takes its different forms every time you see it. That's the fun part of it.
Okay.
But I didn't witness a Kraken. I witnessed something else.
How good was it?
Say again? What was your question, Artis?
Was the Kraken?
What is a Kraken? He asked. Like,
what is
different
a Kraken?
Was it?
All right. If you're asking from original myth, it was a sea monster. A very large sea monster of, what was it, Greek origin, if I'm not mistaken?
Greek. Well, it's the idea of a giant squid, which is usually the interpretation of a Kraken, has been around for a very long time.
Yes.
Yep.
And there's also other ones.
Giant. It's either a giant squid or giant. The bloop.
Yeah, don't forget about the bloop.
Okay, explain the bloop, because there's been a theory about the bloop forever.
Okay, so the bloop in most renditions, I have not witnessed a bloop.
All it was shiftonic takes. That's it.
Shiftonic takes. So the internet?
No, yeah, that's about right. Shifting tectonic plates. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, tectonic plates.
Nah. Yeah. Shiftonic takes.
Oh, the bloop is underwater sonar sound?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
That was the origin point of it, but most interpretations are... You know the whale shark?
Yeah. Do me a solid, DJ. Get that sonar and send it to Gobby, and I'll actually play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So most interpretations I have seen of it, because early things with Krakens were in drawings, manuscripts, and they'd make sea monsters on maps. Yes, those were documented sea monsters; those exist. But the bloop is kind of like the concept of the whale shark, where it can consume most things in one large gulp.
Yeah.
It's named bloop.
Yeah, it's
whenever
completely
it opens its mouth.
Yeah.
It's like a float. A swimming maw is probably the best way to describe it. The thing's absurdly massive.
Yeah.
So much so that it spends most of its time at the ocean floor. The idea of consuming a ship hull is like you consuming a grain of rice.
Yeah.
Why would it bother consuming a tanker ship? That is how big the bloop is. It is absurd.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Double check. I have another bloop here.
Yeah.
I think I got the right one. What? Is it one?
There are interpretations also in Subnautica mods of what a bloop would look like, but the game can't run how big the bloop is.
Yeah. There's one of Cthulhu they just put in recently.
They sound the same, so I think these are valid.
Yeah.
Anytime if I was to witness Cthulhu, I'd think it's just a Kraken. I wouldn't think it's Cthulhu. Because like I said, the Kraken can take many forms.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a large shelled being with tendrils that almost look like a beard. Kind of like how a Chinese dragon is, the whiskers.
Yep.
Other times it is a giant squid.
Yep.
Oh, and we can't forget about the Umibozu.
Oh, yes, sea monks.
Yeah, the sea monks. I'm of the complete belief that is actually their head that you see poking up from the water. Nothing else. The rest of their body's in the water.
Yep.
Now, oddly enough, America doesn't have something that isn't from an old country, like Nessie for any Irish.
Yeah, we do.
Like Irish settlers and stuff like that.
Yeah, we do.
What I'm saying is like the country itself, because after a certain point, any mythos just become cryptids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? It's like Mothman would be.
True either. That's not true either. There's quite a few There's quite a few in our country that fucking both countries have them. I got Okinawa. You got Wessel or whatever the fuck it was called.
Who?
Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. It's Oh, was it Nestle? It was it's like kind of like I can't remember the name of it. There's one. Yeah, there's apparently a sea monster that lives not like a sea creature living in Lake Mississippi. It's like a giant catfish.
You mean the Mississippi River?
Yeah.
Not really a lake.
Well, yeah, in that river.
They do have lakes, but...
Yeah, they do have a sea creature, apparently. I can't remember the name of it now. It's been fucking forever.
I would have to ask some of my buddies that live down south if they've caught wind of it.
Yeah.
But
the Secret Thursday, Bob's Saturday.
I don't know what I saw in the Pacific, but it was not something cozy. I was thinking about it that night. Still think about it to this night.
Yep.
Ebon black and a spine of saw blades. Is the best way to describe it. Is whenever I saw its spine in the moonlight, it was like looking at a saw blade.
Yep.
And I was only able to catch it from the reflection of the light on the other side from the moonlight.
Yep. In other words, Bob didn't see anything he was hallucinating. Yeah. So.
You want to say that again, motherfucker?
Nope. Nope. I'm good.
It's fucking big too.
I'm fucking with you, Bob. You know that.
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe you are. Maybe you aren't. I don't know anymore.
Oh, we bug everybody. We poke fun at each other. That's the point. It's supposed to be a fun channel where you just have guys fucking shooting the shit. This is what it was like in real life.
I'm about to say, man. I'll tell you one thing. You do not doubt a sailor on what he has seen. You don't do that shit.
No. You see, we joke about it. We eat like this is what you used to do back in the fucking day before society went stupid. We used to sit around, have fun, fucking eat pizza, and watch and just have a blast and talk about the fun that is life, man.
Yeah.
You didn't fucking worry about other like stupid shit. You played video games and had a good time.
Yeah, and then you created like a nice little competition because you'd always have that one in the friend group who's like the ultimate kill gatekeeper. There's always that one guy, like if you're playing an FPS, like split screen, it wouldn't matter, or a fighting game, that guy was like the gatekeeper. If you beat him, everybody would cheer you on.
Oh yeah, you fucking get that fucker. I was the get that fucker guy. Okay, so the Logan is streaming. We are going to call it soon. We actually got a perfect spot. Thank you, ours. Send the link of his stuff in there. We're almost done. We actually started we started a little earlier today, so we can probably call it now. That's actually a good thing. I can actually do dishes because those gotta get piled. Those piled up 5 days without properly doing a full load of dishes.
I'll see if I can call upon the ghost of that. I'll see if I can call upon the ghost of that one alien man to beat some sense into you.
Yep. Okay, save state, and then we're gonna sign off. We're gonna get the kitty cat up. So thank you everybody for having fun with us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. We had a couple people pop on. So that was nice. And so other than like a fun little story about defeating the guy who did that, I got a story about that's quite fun, but we might want to leave that for later. Bob, remind me. We'll leave that for Bob to remind me.
What am I reminding you of?
You're gonna remind me of my risk online stories. Or playing
Risk Online.
Yeah, playing games.
You have a weird thing with Risk. I don't know what it is. You seem to play Risk all the time back in your past.
Oh yeah, if it wasn't Risk, it was if I didn't play D&D, Magic the Gathering, or Risk, man. We used to play the old PlayStation Risk. That was fun. All right, boys. Thank you very much for joining us. We all had fun here. And we'll see you next time on Orc War Chief Reviews. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Rs218.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody else. Remember that we will soon be having our nice shirts up. The Dice Goblins are coming soon. Go to I Dream of House Hippo. You'll be finding other merch. And they're going to be doing a lot more merch there. That is going to have a lot of stuff on there eventually. We're just slowly getting through. All right. Have yourselves a very, very, very good night. And we will see you next time on Monday Madness. Have yourselves a very good night. Bye.